Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Independence Public Library. Jill Ridenauer joins us here for Crafternoon. We hope you enjoy this craft.
Hi, everyone. For the third Crafternoon of the summer, we are going to do some Chihuly glass-inspired artwork. And right now it looks like a mishmash of plastic in all different colors here in this pan. But we're gonna glue it all together to either make a sculpture, or you could make a mobile and hang it from somewhere so the light can shine through the different colors. I'm even testing out making plastic flowers. So in your supplies for today, pretty easy. You want plastic cups and Sharpie markers of all colors. Permanent ink. I haven't tested this with Crayola markers or the like. They may work, but you want to test it. I know the permanent marker definitely works. I also added scissors and toothpicks. The toothpicks are going to be to just poke a hole in the glass that you're working with. And when you're ready to put it in the oven, we're going to put this toothpick back in that hole and melt it on there. And that's just so you have something to hang it, a hole in it to hang it later on. And in this cup, I'm actually going to put 2 holes in. I've already started drawing on this one. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. You're just going to draw whatever patterns you want. Obviously, the more colors you put on, the brighter and bolder it will look. The plastic does get pretty hard after it's melted. If you want, you could try different styles. These are cut just down the edge of the glass. The edge of the glass is kind of hard, so you'll have to, the first puncture is going to be a little stiff, but then you can cut it apart like that. And that's if you want to make like the petals, or if you want to cut off the top. These work kind of like shrinky dinks, these plastic glasses. I mean, they don't have to be Solo brand, but we'll use the word Solo for the sake of knowing what kind of glass we're talking about. Cup, I should say. For this one, I'm gonna just go around the outside and cut. If you are going to do a petal, I suggest you color the glass before you cut. So you would pick out whatever color you want to color this whole glass. Let's see. We'll do some real quick pink across it. The nice part of these kind of projects are there is no right or wrong way to do them. It's not like painting something specific. You can just have fun with it, and it's a lot of trial and error of what you like. So I can't necessarily tell you to do it one specific way, because you may like the glasses when they're in the cut form, or you may like the glasses when they're whole and melted. If you melt them all the way down flat, they turn out something like this. And if you hung a bunch of these like a mobile, like I said earlier, it would make a really cool looking light reflection off everything. So you just layer a bunch of colors in there. Obviously, you can do more and more and more. I'm just doing this lightly to show. And then you'll cut a petal shape. So it would end up cutting something like this way. I'm trying to figure out a good way to show you so that you can see the cut of it. And I just go around, and it's almost like you're cutting triangles off to get the different petal shapes out of the cup. It is not going to melt in the exact perfect layout, so that's why you don't have to worry about measurements or anything like that, because you'll probably end up being disappointed if you get too worried about how the cup is cut or laid out. I don't know if you can see it now, but I have it cut on top all the way around. There's 5 petals on this one. Now you can either cut it on down further, like keep the petals, but cut down the middle of in between each petal, or you can keep them whole. And that'll lay it out more like this when it melts. Nothing like the person losing the video. So, like that. And then you can decide also if you want the color to be on the inside. This color on the inside. I'm going to do yellow all the way across this. All the colors show up much brighter than what they look like on the cup when you're originally coloring. So the red right now looks pretty light. The pink, dark pink, I should say. And the light, you can kind of see it through there, but not a whole lot. Once it's melted, the colors show up even more. We're going to set this one aside for now, and I'm going to show you some others that I've done ahead of time. This is just simple stripes all the way down, and again, I put the toothpick in there so I could have a hole in case I wanted to use it as a mobile. And this one should turn out pretty cool. I did rainbow stripes with black polka dots all the way around it. After you get a few cups colored in the way that you want, you will take them over to the pan. That I put aluminum foil on our pans to just protect them. We can get to the kitchen now. Here's a pan. Your oven is turned to 350 degrees. And one thing I do with this project is I like to put the light on in the oven so that I can watch them as they melt down. Some melt faster than others, so it's kind of a watch and see. I'm going to put 1 cup faced up and 1 cup face down on the pan. And then with the flour one, I'm going to actually stick it faced up, but with a glass bowl sitting on top of it. That'll be to keep the petals spread out more on that flour. I'm going to put these in the oven for 350 degrees for about 5 or so minutes. And while those are baking, we're going to put together one of our other sculptures. Shahuli is a glass artist. He's based out in the Northwest, and I got to go to his museum when I was out in Seattle. And the cool part about his glass sculptures are they're all unique and different. They're very colorful. So one thing you might do with a glass sculpture is put a shape like this and glue it inside another shape. He does a lot of glass pieces that look kind of like ocean architecture, if you could make up a word, I suppose, but like a coral reef. So you just want to play around with what ones you think you like. This one, whoops, this shape I cut out And when it melted, I just cut straight lines down the cup, but when it melted, it twisted all around like that. So it made a really neat feature to that. I'm going to use a basic glue gun. And we're going to stick them together and see what they end up forming in the end, while our other ones are melting. For the plastic flower one, you can stick a stem or a pipe cleaner on the end of it to make it a flower. And if you made a bunch of the flower ones, you could put them in a vase for somebody. Flowers they don't have to water. Or you could even stick little plants inside of these. If you've ever seen those air plants or like the cactuses that are popular for people like me who don't take care of plants very well. Waiting for my glue gun to heat up. I know one thing I would love to see after doing these projects now, like I said earlier, for the third week during the summer, is I'd really like to see you post what you made, either on our Facebook page or Instagram, or email the library and they'll post it for you. But we'd really like to see what people are coming up with out there on their own. All right. When you are melting them in the oven, the more times you open and close the door, remember you're letting heat out and it'll take that much longer for them to heat up. You also don't want it to overheat because guess what? They'll melt so completely that you'll have holes in the plastic and they will not form right. We're going to check. The gun is still heating up. Sorry about that. Taking a while. Here are the ones that just came out of the oven. This guy completely decided to collapse. Like I said, you got to make sure that you don't want to have any particular control over it. And as they cool, they'll harden up. So they're kind of jelly-like now. Make sure you use your oven mitt if you use a glass bowl with flowers. And here's one of the flowers. So you just glue a pipe cleaner or a flower wire on the end of there, and you could have a unique bouquet for somebody. All right, one last check on these. I told everybody we'd do a short video today so I give you more time to create. We got the glue gun pumping. You could use your imagination. You could do a solid color inside, one with a little more detail like this, and then layer it up. Make like a flower bouquet out of it. Or a wacky little sculpture. Again, it's just a fun, relaxing, kind of different material project. If you come up with some cool ideas that are a little different from the ones I've showed you, again, post it online so we can take a look. Kind of a little Seussical creation there. All right, thank you. Have a good day. Show us your creations.